everybody. It's Charlie Grace with Charlie Grace Adventures. Thank you so much for being here tonight. It's been a while since we've had a live stream. I'm so excited. Welcome to Travel Talk Tuesdays. So lots going on. As you can see, I'm in my rig. Got my disco ball, so you know I'm ready. But let's do some little housekeeping real quick to let people know who this is the first time listening, first time watching. We're currently on YouTube. We're on Twitch. We're on Facebook. We're letting everybody know what's going on. So first off, just thanks for being here on whatever platform you're on. We really do appreciate that. And if for some reason we put a smile on your face and you really enjoy the day, we love our super chats and we appreciate those too. So thank you. We also love our members. So if you'd like to become a member of the Adventure family, let us know. You can join on YouTube and you can get all sorts of behind the scenes stuff and stickers and invites and just tons of things. And you can go in there and check it out. So anyways, let's get to it. Let's see who we've got. We're going to go to our YouTube platform and see who we've got right now. Right now, I see we've got Goose, who's a member. Thanks so much. Hope you're rocking it. Thanks so much, Goose, for being here. Johnny Lightning. There's my buddy, Johnny. I made this one. Well, I hope you're having a good day too, buddy. Hope you are. Broken Nomad. Thank you so much for being here. Oh my gosh, you guys are having fun. If I know Broken Nomad, it says, headed inside to get in the laptop and make a fresh cup of coffee. So yeah, grab your sweet tea, grab your coffee, grab your beverage of choice. Let's have some fun and we'll go through some of these hot topics tonight. Okay, he says crisis averted. I love this. And there's our friend Bree. Hey Bree and Linda Barker. Oh my gosh, good to see her, buddy. It's been a while. Well, let's just jump right into it and rip this off like a Band-Aid and talk about what's going on, where we are, and what we're going to be doing, because this weekend is Labor Day weekend. So, and I do have to apologize in advance for those of you, if you have audio issues on your end, can you tell me if you can hear me okay? Put a 1 in the chat for me. I really would appreciate that. It is super, super hot. And as much as I love you guys, I am not turning off my AC. So you'll have a little AC noise in the background, but if you can hear me okay, put a 1 in the chat just so I know it's okay. And I do appreciate that because this is new. I'm not using my normal microphone. I'm not using my normal camera. This mobile setup is a little different and I'm just working through the best I can. So gotta love that. Okay. Oh gosh. What happened now that you have no more Band-Aids on? I know. I've been tripping over everything these days. It's a little scary. Thanks, Broken Nomad, for that awesome comment. All right, let's go to our topics for the day. So we just need to, let's see, where do we go? Should we start? Yeah, let's start with hot topics. Here we go. All right, guys, this is it. Hot topics. Labor Day. Labor Day's coming up. What are you guys going to do? Does anyone have any big Labor Day weekend plans? So if you're like me and you want to go traveling, you want to go do something, finding a campsite or even a hotel these days is actually pretty difficult on Labor Day weekend. And if you have a vehicle, which most of you do, I would start gassing those up right now. So the whole idea is that gas prices go up on the weekend, fuel prices go up. So today is what day of the week? Is it Tuesday already? Oh my gosh, Travel Talk Tuesday, of course. So get those vehicles in, get them filled up because you're going to want to save some money right now and do that. So you can always use, your Gas Buddy app, or you can go to Loves and Pilot and check out those things. But get those things filled up right now. I am going to be heading east. So very east. I'm currently in the Ohio area. And I'm going to be going towards Pennsylvania. So that's going to be my travel day plan. So if you see me on, 80 or 76 or any of these kind of crazy things, just wave at me. My name's on the side of the rig. You can say, hey, what's going on? I tend to meet a lot of people in fuel stations. So they always want to see the dog. I always want to see Rosie. And she's taking a nap across the way, which is nice, which is fun. I love this. No hot pockets. No, thank you. Too yucky. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I used to eat them all the time. I can't bring myself to it. Linda Barker says, no plans as of yet. Well, that's good. Hey, think of it like as a nice relaxing weekend too. You just never know what's going to happen. I'm going to sit right here where I've been all summer on site 23B at the campground in Lansing, Michigan. Well, if it's a nice place, Johnny, then just enjoy the summer. Some of these campgrounds are pretty awesome. Broken Nomad says, I'm staying put, working on still more electrical stumps, but at least I can now see the lights at the end of the proverbial tunnel. Ha, ha, ha. So Broken Nomad's actually working on building a van, which is pretty cool. So yeah, Labor Day weekend. Just trying to see what everyone's doing, where you guys are going, what's going to happen. I don't like to travel on Labor Day weekend. I like to sort of be put somewhere ahead of time. But I had literally a little bump in the road. I went to start traveling that way last week, and I got a flat tire. I definitely got a flat tire. So that sort of took me by surprise. And I want to say thank you to Mercedes roadside assistance, because they were phenomenal. They did a great job. I made the phone call and they were on it, and they came and they took care of the tire. And then actually today's the day. I actually took it to L&M Tire Service in Lima, Ohio, and they found it was a valve stem problem. Really nice. It was only a valve stem problem. It wasn't I ran over a nail or anything like that. But they put it on, but then I forgot that I had another part that had to go in there too. So now I got to bring it back. So sort of stuck in a little area until I can get all this stuff done, and then I can head back on the road. But having a flat tire is a really big deal, guys, especially if you're on the highway. And I was really, really, really lucky enough to catch it in time. I have one of those tire pressure sensor things that I bought. I bought it from Techno RV. I'm telling you what, I love that company. And they resell items. You know, it's just like every place you go to buy RV items. But they do a fantastic job of customer service, and they're in Alabama. So, you know, there's that part too, but they do a really great job. So if you ever need like a charger or cords or any of those kind of things, or even a tire pressure mounting service, highly recommend you go to Techno RV. I'll leave a link in the description of the video so you guys can have a link there, but love those guys. I can't wait to really call them and tell them how much I really used it and how it really saved me, because I literally was minutes away from jumping on a very, very busy highway. And I luckily pulled over into a church parking lot. We'll call it divine intervention. We'll go with that. I love that. Do I see my buddy Mo Bang just came in here? Hey, Mo Bang, good to see you. Oh my gosh, I miss you guys. Hope everybody's going fine. Ugh, we just had to do 4 tires on a trailer when we left Goshen. Yeah, that is not fun. I'm telling you. I did learn today, though, at my tire place. I asked him, I said, when it's time for me to replace my tires, is there a brand or a style or something you would recommend for what I have? And I guess Goodyear has some with Kevlar in them for all-terrain tires. I'm gonna look into that. So that'll probably be my next thing when I, because I've already put about a little over 6,000 miles on this. And like I know, factory tires, they don't last forever. You got to figure out what you're going to do. There's the Gonzo book. Hey guys, hey, we got 12 in the house right now. If you guys can do me a favor and give me a thumbs up. Rosie's shaking for it. She's happy. I really would appreciate it. And there's the Real Life with Adrian Ruth. Glad you're safe. Oh, I'm glad I'm safe too. It was a little scary. I'm going to tell you, I watched that tire pressure monitor go from like 60, 50, 40. I thought it was just, what did I do? And I'm trying to, like, in my head justify, like, this is ridiculous. And I thought, I better find some place to pull over. Smart idea. Just when the beep goes off, stop. Pull over. You'll figure it out. Make sure there's a safe place to pull over. That's really important too. If I was on the highway, it would not have been as comfortable an experience as it was. So there you go. I like the video. Oh, thank you so much. That's so much fun. I know. So yeah, by the way, Gonzo book, and I can't wait to do this. I made a song about my channel and about some other channels. And if you guys haven't checked out Gonzo book, you need to go over there and check them out. They're a lot of fun. But I can't wait to put it all together. It's been a little busy on this end, but I thank you so much for that, because that was really, really sweet. Here we go. I replaced all 4 tires last year. Yeah. When you're going to do it, you got to do it. It's a thing. It's a big thing. RV plus 3. Hey, there's my buddies. Got to keep your rig running. Have to make it to Hershey. Oh yes. And we're going to talk about Hershey in just a minute. So yeah, Hershey RV Show is a fantastic RV show. It's coming up in September. So it's not just about the chocolate babes. It's about the RVs. Okay. It's a big deal. Got to go. 6,000 miles. Got almost 60K on this set of mine. Desperately need new ones. Well, you know what? I went about 50,000 on my van tires for my Dodge Ram before I had problems. And hopefully I can, go that long on these. But Mercedes, it's a little different. I'm just saying it rides a little different than my Ram. So we'll see. Adrian, you better get practicing your twerking action. I did not forget. Oh, that's right. Adrian's supposed to twerk sometime. We'll work on that in the next meetup, buddy. Hey, Charlie, I was watching your Schoolly Swarm video earlier. I think I'm going to try to make it to this next February. They have there was just a Schoolly Swarm up in the Upper Peninsula, Michigan. August. It's been going on for a while. And I was trying to get up there until I had some rig problems. Things happen, right? That's just the way it is. But I'm happy that they're going to do it in Florida again. So if you guys want to go to Schoolly Swarm, I actually did a video on Schoolly Swarm as well as a interview of the people that made it. And that it's just grown. And it's not just schoolies, guys. It's schoolies, it's RVs, it's buses, it's vans, it's a little bit of everything. It's really about community based. It's really interesting, but it is boondocking. So if you're not ready for boondocking, I mean, boondock ahead of time so you know what you're getting yourself into. Okay, what exactly is the Hershey RV thing? Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Let's go into it. Let's go there. Where am I headed to next? Hershey RV Show. So, all right. So, actually, technically speaking, I'm going to the RV Women National Rally in York, Pennsylvania. That's where I'm going to first. I'm actually going to be speaking to this amazing group of women campers, which I'm excited about. I'm going to be specifically talking about how to travel with pets because I have a little bit of experience, just a little. Wrote a book, have a training, have a dog. I've been doing this for a while now. And so we're going to talk about, how to RV with pets. And we're going to talk about dogs, cats, birds, reptiles. We're going to talk about the whole thing. So if you're a woman and you're an RVing woman and you've never heard of RV Women, you should check them out online. They're really cool. They've got local chapters all over the place. And I love that. So you can, go camping and find some cool friends out there. And I think that's a really neat thing, especially if you're a solo traveler. After that, I'll be going to the Hershey RV Show, which is happening in Hershey, Pennsylvania. And it is one of the largest super shows in the country. So Hershey's in September, Tampa's in January, Quartzsite's in January. So it's sort of hard to get to Tampa and Quartzsite. They're sort of happening at the same time, but they're definitely different parts of the country. So I'll be at Hershey. And on Friday of the Hershey RV Show, I'll be doing a meet and greet, very excited, in the Giant Center area, in the main, I'll call it the main center. But I'll be there and I'll be doing giveaways too. So I've got lots of things to give away to people who show up. So excited. So I'll put that out. Put that out on my socials so you guys know. But I think it's Friday, the second Friday in September, and it'll be at 5 o'clock, I believe so. 4 or 5 o'clock Eastern. I got to think Eastern. I got to get my time zone correct. I love this. All right, let's see what's all's going on here. Jai's like, I sure don't have a schoolie. Yeah, it's okay. You don't have to have a schoolie to go. Here we go. Mobang says, I'll be in Maine late August and heading down south along the East Coast. You know what? That's my dream. That's what you want to do. I'm with you on that one. I want to do New England in the fall. I really do. I would love to go up there like September, October, watch the leaves change and then watch them change all the way down, which would be really neat. So you got to be careful though, because August, September is sort of like that hurricane season as well. So just be aware. You might have to come a little inland at different points. So there's that. Going back to letting you guys know what's next. Also, there is a big meetup for anybody, for campers, anyone you want to come to in October. We call it the YouTuber Jamboree. And I have a link on my website if you want to take a look at some meetups going on. And I think there's still some sites available. So if you're interested in meeting some fun YouTubers and hanging out with some people, it's pretty low key. It's not a huge thing. It's just getting together and hanging out with some friends and meeting some people and doing potlucks and things like that. But it's a good time. It's a really good time. So if you want to do something in October, come on down to South Carolina and I'll be there. It'll be a lot of fun. Okay, so Adrian says he's practicing. This is good. Says, oh no, he promised twerking on air. Oh, good to know. Okay, hold that thought. My dog is having a moment, apparently, and needs a blanket. It happens, right? Just talking about traveling with dogs. All right, it says, we'll be at Hershey. I can't wait. Hershey's a lot of fun. And there's a lot of things going on. So RV Life does an after hours Thursdays. A lot of these things are ticket based, so you have to get tickets now. And there's things that you can find on Facebook and go from there. Did I see the Gonzo book? Aw, thanks for the shout. Of course, anytime. We're a community. This is what we do. But you didn't have to do that. But I do appreciate every super chat. It is a thing, and it really does help with the fuel cost, among other things. I love it. So thank you for the money, man. Thanks. I didn't leave. I promise. Just trying to fix the dog. One of those great things. I love this. Oh my goodness. All right, let's go on. What's the date? It is, Hershey Show is the second week in September. So I'd have to look at that. I can tell you really quick. It is typically, I believe, Media Day is the 10th. So it opens up on the 11th. It's the 11th through the 15th. So the 11th through the 15th is the Hershey RV Show. And I will be doing my meetup on Friday the 13th. How cool is that? What a lucky number. It's Taylor Swift's favorite number too, for all you Swifties out there who need to know that, but there you go. That's right. Got that like button. There you go. Hurricanes. Yeah, it's things you don't think about. It really is. Because if you're not used to traveling on the East Coast in that time of year, when I started going west this year, I wasn't thinking about fires. I normally don't have to worry about fires. I learned a lot about forest fires and wind shifting and things like that. So when you start traveling across the country, you really start, figuring out what's going to happen and go from there. All right. Thanks, Broken Nomad, for dropping my link on the meetups. I appreciate that because you'll find out what's going on. I'm adding all the 2025s as well. I just want to wait. Got a few more. I'm waiting on the last minute details, and I'll get that out in the next 2 weeks. RV+3 knows. That's right. They're going to be there. Starts on Wednesday. Yeah. I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. To me, it's like a family reunion of all of my really cool RV friends end up going to Hershey, and you get to see people, which is really cool. And of course, there we go again, Broken Nomad. Drop that link for the largest RV show. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that. Oh, here we go. And Mobang, make it rain. Oh, geez. You guys are awesome with Super Chats tonight. I appreciate that. You guys, let me see. What am I going to do? Oh, let's see. Woo! I like going, woo! Those are always fun. Thank you so much. You are so kind. I do appreciate those. Every little bit counts. And fuel costs these days. It is definitely getting up there. I saw diesel fuel today for $3.18, and 5 miles later, it was $3.79. Couldn't believe it. It was a huge difference in price. I'm like, what am I missing here? Just different sides of town. It happens. There we go. I guess Charlie doesn't have, oh, geez. I don't know what that is, but we'll go with that. I don't think I do, thank goodness. Gonza Book says, Taylor Swift was born in Berks County, about 2 counties east of Hershey. Well, there you go. No wonder. I'm thinking like lucky number 13, right? That's the way it works. Okay, I have my glasses now on. I'm glad you do. I'm glad you guys can see this. Hey, Ray, thanks for coming on. You're never late. I appreciate you being here. It's always a good time. So let's keep going on our topic list, guys. So we talked about Labor Day, talked about where am I heading next. So I'm going to be going to York, PA, for the RVing Women National Rally. And I'll be going to the Hershey RV Show after that. And I do want to bring up a hot topic. And I really was trying to decide how I wanted to discuss this, but I think it's time we talk about this because I've had a couple things happen to me on this trip, and I think we need to talk about it. So a few YouTube channels and a few other news outlets have talked about this tragedy on the highway of an elderly couple that pulled off at a rest stop, and they spent the night, and someone accosted them and honestly stabbed them while trying to carjack their Jeep. And it was a very, very, very sad situation. I'm not going to get into all the details, but bottom line is husband passed away, wife passed away. Don't know the whole story if drugs were involved. Don't know the whole story. It was not a relative. It was a random situation. But a lot of us travel, a lot of us stop, a lot of us boondock overnight. Things like this happen. So it's been a little interesting discussing this because I also was in a campground in Canada of all places. And I've never had this one happen either, where I had 2 or 3 campsites away from me. All of a sudden I wake up in the morning and there's yellow tape taped all the way around this campsite. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And a lady died that night. And it wasn't an elderly lady, it was a young lady, and they didn't know cause of death. And I didn't want to speculate, I didn't want to go there either. But I really think it's time that we really start talking more about safety. I know we bring it up quite a few times throughout the year, but when your gut tells you something, you need to listen. And I want you guys, when you're out there driving around, to really pay attention. I know I have walked away or driven away from places. I'm going to be looking at a new camera system currently for my rig, because although I have windows all the way around that I can see, which is great, it still gets a little weird to open the window when you're face to face with someone who could be a non-nice person. Let's put it to you like that. So I want you guys to start thinking about this a little bit more and let me know what you think we should be doing. I'm not proposing that we all, arm up or get pew-pews or sprays or whatever it is. What I am saying is we need to start thinking about how this is going to happen, because there's many more RVs on the road than there ever has been in the lifetime of RVing. And there's many more campgrounds out there. And it just is what it is. And I want to make sure we're doing the right thing. So if you guys have any suggestions of safety, put them in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. And we'll go with that. Okay. Apparently the special word was the extreme superstition regarding the number 13. No, I'm not superstitious. I'm lucky. I'm blessed. I'm grateful. Are you kidding? That's the last thing I'm superstitious. I love it. Oh my goodness, it's Travel Trail, and hey stranger, long time no see. Hope you and everyone out there are staying safe. Yes, I'm with you on that one too. Are you going to Shady Maples Smorgasburg, the biggest Amish smorgasbord in America? It's near Lancaster, PA. Well, I am now. I guess on my trip, I guess I need to make a pit stop to Shady Maples. I don't know where that is, but I'm going to have to check it out. It sounds delicious. I mean, I'll probably have to, like, just hold my appetite for that one day and wear stretchy pants. I guess that's what we got to do. Broken Nomad says, absolutely. Always trust your instincts and go with your gut. I never have more than I ever have this past trip. I am essentially 10 and a half weeks into a 13-week trip, full time in an RV. And I have gone to, oh my gosh, over 13 states and 2 countries. Okay. 13 states and 2 countries in 10 and a half weeks. You just got to listen to your gut, people. I've been at nice campgrounds. I've been at boondocking. I've been at like self-service campgrounds. I'm all over. And even like when you're parking to go shopping, trust your instincts, guys. Yeah. If it doesn't feel right, turn that key. Amen. And make sure you know where that key is. So sometimes you guys get a little too set, especially if you're boondocking, you undo a bunch of things. And then for you to go, it takes a lot more effort to get up and go. So just have things ready. So just in case you got to go, you have the ability. And I think that's key as well too. Hello, Travel Adventures with Eric B. Hope you're having a good time there, buddy. I haven't seen you for a while. Stay aware of your surroundings. Keep your head on a swivel, and I can go for hours on. I know you could talk about safety all day long. I appreciate that, but I'm with you right there. Hey there. Let's see, Haas GS14. And there's my friend, the RV DJ. Hey, how you doing? I'm heading east. I can't say how east I'm going, but you never know. It's fine. What time is dinner time? Well, I'll come over to New Jersey. Sorry, guys, got to take a swig. My lovely voice is not making it today. The Amish have a Scandinavian smorgasbord. Well, I think it's interesting. It does have a little interesting twist to it, does it? Does it not? I would think so. Here we go. Ruth and I are able to stay safe, but we listen to our guts. You just have to. You really do. And especially when you're out, just having maybe a few at the campground, just watch people around you. And I notice, for me, my thing at campgrounds is I'm always looking out for kids out and about because, sometimes people get a little excited and they, imbibe a little much and things like that. So let me just go back to things I've learned. Things I've learned while on the road for 10 weeks. 10 weeks. Are you ready? Number 1, fuel is expensive. You tend to look at these prices everywhere you go. So I really have all the fuel apps. I've got a couple diesel specific cards when you go to a truck stop. Now, here's what I've learned. I'm going to make a big video about this, but it's funny. Number 1, I have a diesel card, but I got to go to the diesel fuel lane to go get the diesel. Did you know that in the diesel fuel lane, they don't have automatic stop on the gas pumps, on the fuel pumps? Now, it sounds like a weird thing, but if you didn't know and nobody ever told you, you'll learn really quick. So here I am. It's, they pumping the fuel, pumping the diesel in, and it's just coming because they're used to these really big diesel trucks. It takes a long time to fill them up. When you've got a 25-gallon tank, it can go really fast. So let me just say, I might have had a diesel spill the first time I did this. So I'm fueling the tank and diesel's just going all over. It was really exciting. I'm sure people got a laugh out of it. So that was my first thing I learned on the road was I sort of have to gauge what my tank is. And if I'm about half empty, that means I got about 12 gallons I need to put in. So I'm never ever getting 100% full because you got to listen, you got to hear, and it's hard to do. So I'm always trying to gauge that thing. So that's the first thing I learned. It made for an interesting trip after that. Sometimes there were days where I just didn't want to deal with it. I'm like, I'll just go the regular line. Even though it was going to save me like 30 cents per gallon, I was like, I just don't want to deal with it. It was causing me stress. All right, so here we go. Here we go. It will see us at M24. I know, M24, it's going to be just around the corner. I know. Sounds like you've been really busy lately. I have been very busy lately. And there's my friends TNT RVing, Tony and Tina. Hey, how are you guys? I got to hang out with these guys. They're so much fun. I actually saw them and our other friends, Stressless Camping, as they were at the Forest River Owners Group rally. So I got to go hang out with them a little bit. That was really fun. Always nice. Broken pump. Then the every diesel lane we've been into an auto stop. Oh, really? Oh, that's fun. Yeah, that's fun. This is my first foray into diesel in a very, very long time. So I've always had gas. I haven't had to think about it, but that's okay. My friend Thrifty Angela's in the house. Good to see you, Thrifty Angela. Thank you so much. Love that. Yeah, it's been interesting. It's been interesting. So diesel was one. That's one. Gotta love it. Two, I have been jaded with a van with backup sensors. And I know I had an RV before. I had two other Class Cs. So what was I worried about? But apparently, I got used to it. So now I'm backing up like everybody else and using all my mirrors and stuff. So I had to relearn how to the exact dimensions of my rig and how to get around and things like that. And I've been doing pretty well. Don't get me wrong. I haven't bottomed down any place. I haven't run everything crazy, but that's been a challenge. And if you guys know what I mean, when you start back up and you get a new rig, you're trying to figure out every single little crevice, especially when you're trying to park in regular areas and get around stuff. Whew, there were a couple like moments when I was a little close getting fuel, but other than that, not so bad. Not so bad. That's right. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, guys. Thank you so much. If you're watching on Facebook or you're on Twitch or on YouTube, give us a like. We appreciate it. And a share. We're going to talk about some travel things. So fuel was one. Size was another. The biggest thing I've learned is energy. How much energy do you have? Right now, I am blessed to have a Lithionics lithium battery. Yep. I have a propane generator. I have solar panels, and I have a diesel alternator that, of course, will run and help charge my battery. However, we'll get to the solar panels in a minute. Let's just say they're not working at all on a brand new 2025 RV. Yay me. And the propane generator runs off 20-pound cans of propane. So I have two of those, which is nice. But it has been hot, and I have been boondocking on and off for about 3 weeks. So I have really fine-tuned my boondocking ability in this rig. So for people who are like, oh, I want to get an outdoors rig, I want to do something really cool, it is a practice. You got to practice from the water to the energy, but energy is huge. I can always find a shower. I can always find a Planet Fitness. I can always find something else, but whew, it's been a challenge. I've also learned that even though my alternator is super cool and awesome and charges my battery really fast, you're not supposed to idle a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van more than 18% of your total drive time. 18%. Think about that. And they know, because when you plug it in the computer, it shoots out a number and tells you. So I had a small scare. I've had to be in the service center three times, I think. I've definitely had to. I was in the service center in Ontario, Canada. I was in a service center in Fort Wayne, Indiana, for engine light came on. Yeah. So I've had to learn a bunch of stuff about Mercedes. It's really a little scary when you get that way. Do I see another super sticker from my buddies? Aw, thank you so much and so kind. I do appreciate that. Y'all are like rocking it today with these super chats. I think that's so cool. All right, here we go. I'm thinking we're gonna go for a race. Let's go. I'm just dancing. I like going, woo! Thank you so much. You're so kind. That's such a big deal. You guys have no idea. It's been a real challenge on this trip. My first question about vans: how much lithium? Never enough. Let's start with that. Never enough. And no matter how much you think you want, you always want more. So let me think about this. I'm gonna quote the wrong number, but I know what I need to run. I know I need to run my internet, my computer, some lights, my fridge, things that you don't think about. They all add up. And right now, which is really cool, and I'm going to show you, I'll show you this because I think this is really cool. I have an app called my Lithionics battery app, and I can show you exactly as we speak. My battery is 99% full. Oh, I love this. And I'm currently drawing, or actually I'm adding to it because I'm plugged into a generator right now, but I'm adding to it 51 amps. So it's really pretty neat, and I'm excited about that. But it gives me all the details of what's going on. And then I also have a Xanthrax Xantrex. I'm gonna say Xanthrax. I'm thinking anthrax, right? Sorry, guys. Xantrex controller, and I have a Bluetooth, so I can look at that too. So once you start talking about these things, it's a lot. It's a lot. But the bottom line is, think about what you want to use, how you want to use it, and start adding those things up. And then you might have a number. But I can help you through that, Deb. I'm more than happy to do that. It's really cool. You should not idle any diesels these days. It ain't your grandpa's diesel, which you can idle on. It's true. It's absolutely true. You should not idle. And it's been an issue because I was thinking, God, I could just idle this for 5 or 6 minutes and it would charge up my battery like crazy. No, not so much. Not so much. Deborah, as much as you can afford that fits in your van when it comes to batteries. Yeah, exactly right. And you should talk because he's building a van and he is putting a lot of batteries in it. It makes a big, big difference. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think could hack too much boondocking. Ruth, you can do it with water and electricity and internet. I'm doing it. I've been doing it really well, actually. I'm pretty impressed. It's been pretty crazy. How much money you got, Deborah? That's right. Yeah, when you start looking at batteries. I will say right now, one of my Lithionics batteries, I think if you had to go buy one, I think they're like over $4,000. They're not cheap. They're really not cheap, but they work. So going back to reliability and how do things go? Okay. Goose says, how much lithium? As much as you can afford and stuff it in. That's exactly right. just get as much batteries as you can. Question, are you cooking with induction cooktop? Great question. Matter of fact, Mobang, I am cooking. I am cooking with my induction cooktop. I love it. I've made pasta. I've made curry chicken. I've made rice. I've been making egg scrambles. I love my induction cooktop. And that takes a heck of a lot of energy. So that is one thing. I prefer to use it when I'm plugged in, because it does take a lot of energy. But or if I have the generator on, I'll do it that way. Because the generator, there's ample energy, which I love. But yeah, I've been cooking. Not egg rolls. You're the king of egg rolls. No one can outdo your egg rolls. So you're the guy in that one. All right, here we go. So broken name it. I have 800 amp hours and still want more, but I don't want any more room, but I don't have any more room to put them. Yeah, I know. You have a limit in space. That space is a big deal. All right, Mobang, pull up the Brinks truck, proceed to drive away empty. That's right. I foresee Deborah doing a GoFundMe or something. I see this is going to happen sometime. There's my buddy Tim and Duke. Hey, how are you? Hope everything's going well in your new place in Kentucky. I can't wait to come down. I need to connect with you anyways so we can connect to my travels down south. This ought to be neat. So yeah, everyone's wondering how Kentucky is. I love this. Okay, so Mobang says, I cooked today with the induction cooktop. Now in my minivan camper, no more butane stove. It is really handy. I got to tell you, I really like the induction cooktop. Some people have it where it's like you can do the temperature. Other people can do it based upon the voltage or wattage of their induction cooktop. So it just depends on what kind you have. But now that I have it, I'm not going backwards. It's pretty handy. It's really awesome. Really, really good. So yeah. So we're going through some things I've learned. So what else have I learned? Oh my gosh. I learned about my tire pressure monitoring system for sure. That was a big deal. Got the flat tire. Yay me. I learned that when you get a new Mercedes, anything that goes wrong, you just dial up Mercedes and they will get you someplace or get someone to you. So first time my engine light went on, I sort of freaked out and I was in St. Catharines in Ontario, Canada. And thank goodness they had a dealership I could go to. It was like a little battery issue, something like that. But these things just stop. They don't give you the option. You just have to stop and call. They will stop moving at all. It's a big deal. So you just learn to go with the flow. I'm much more used to working on a vehicle and getting through, pulling in O'Reilly's, letting them plug in the machine and go from there. Not so much on these. A little different. A little higher end, a little harder to deal with. All right, Broken Nomad says, I'm leaning towards the same thing, but I still can't get pancakes to come out of the induction cooktop. I've tried both ways, actual temperature and power settings. Oh, we can get you there. And Mobang says, yes, mine is adjustable on temperature. It just takes some adjusting to cook with it. It does. You have to learn. Induction cooktops, it's a little different, but once you figure it out, it really, I'm telling you, it's my favorite. Hey, there's Susan Jim. Mobang, we've been thinking about taking out our gas stove oven in the toy hauler because the oven size is pitiful. Is the induction cooktop working good? I love it. I do. I love it. But it takes some energy. So you got to figure out, do you want propane? Do you want electricity? How much electricity do you have? It can really do some stuff. Yep. All right, going back. So I have two kinds of internet that I took with me on this trip. I took my T-Mobile hotspot, my T-Mobile home internet, which most people have, and I got Starlink. I got the Generation 3 Starlink, which, by the way, I heard at Costco is $199 for the dish for Generation 3. Just telling you. If you don't have it, you want to get one, now's the time to go get it, because they're normally like, was it $300, $400, $500? They're expensive. But anyways, so I got Starlink because I knew that I was going to be going to national parks and places in the middle of nowhere that I would have absolutely no cell service to get to things. So I had to figure out which one I was going to use the most. And I'm glad I brought my Starlink. So that was really cool. I got to have internet at the Badlands National Park. How cool is that? Really neat. But for those people who are worried about T-Mobile, I know I was really worried about the T-Mobile thing. We were told, we're not going to be able to use it on the road. It's going to be going back to your home zip code where the billing address is. I haven't had a problem with it. So I'd love to hear from you guys. If you have a T-Mobile home internet, the big tower that they have, the modem, let me know what you think. Is it working for you guys still? Are you having any problems with it? I'm using it right now as we speak. And let me look at my little button here. I've got 4 bars. And I'm definitely, 4 states away from where I would be from my home state. So it seems to be working pretty well. It seems to be a really nice thing. Broken Nomad says $599 for Gen 3 setup with their yeah. It's Costco's doing a sale right now. It's a big deal. Mobank says very good and no unnecessary eating inside of your brain. Yeah, I love it. I love the induction cooktop. New Horizon says we're thinking about Starlink due to the special price they're having. Well, the one thing I will say that I really like about the T-Mobile versus Starlink, ready? T-Mobile is small, and I can just plug it in inside and hit the road. I can drive with it, and it's fine. I know people who are doing T-Mobile are having it added onto their rigs, onto their rooftops, and I go places that I might be in the shade, I might be in different, I like having it so I could move it out to where I need it to be. So I can't really use it on the go. So if you're one of the people like me who boondock a lot, I don't want to take it on my rig at a Walmart. See, I would feel really uncomfortable with that. But I don't know. It just depends on what you want to do. I know they still have the poles. You can get the pole mounts for them, and you can mount them on the top of your roof. I think I think Broken Nomad's thinking about mounting it on his rooftop. But I'm just not there yet. And the Generation 3 dish is pretty big. It's a really big dish. So they have a mobile one, but it's a little tinier, and I don't think it gets as great reception. We'll have to see how the whole thing goes down. RV Life with Adrian Ruth says T-Mobile is still working anywhere so far. I'm telling you, I'm not going to change as long as it's working, and it's like super cheap. It's, what is it, $35 a month unlimited? You can't go wrong. I know I had tried Connect 10 for a little bit, and I have a lot of friends who've had great success with Connect 10. I did not. Connect 10 has a 4G and a 5G where it's like AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon. It's supposed to go to whichever one you have the most service with. Mine did not automatically change. So I did not have a good success with Connect 10 when it came to internet. I'm going to stick with what I got, which is keeping the T-Mobile when I'm doing all the urban stuff, and then have my Starlink for when I go to state parks and go from there. The one thing I will say on the Starlink, though, it does take a little more energy than just my little T-Mobile device. So once again, you're boondocking. Take a look at that energy cost. It's a thing. It's really a thing. Broken Nomad says, I've already mounted mine. Just need to run the power to it since I've converted it to a 12 volt. Oh, good. Awesome. I can't wait to see exactly how much power it takes. That'll be interesting. Deborah says, with a new wave, what were we thinking? I bought the new wave kind for fall trial. Oh, nice. A new wave is a induction cooktop, just so you guys know what it is. That's really cool. My Starlink is paused until I really need it. And that's the one thing I like about Starlink. You're right. So I'm not going to need it like come fall, like October, November, December, really. So I can just pause it. And then when I go back on the road, I can turn it back on again. I think that's the best way to do it. Yep. Looks like Starlink is only available at Costco in Canada. Oh, really? Interesting. That's not what I heard. We'll have to test that theory out here. New Horizon says, we have the T-Mobile tower, but any day they could jack up the price because one day we won't be able to roam with it. I know. I don't know what they're going to do. Someone told me that they were doing something with Starlink and it was going to be like $165 a month. And I'm like, that's crazy. That's insane. So we'll have to figure out what we're going to do. You're absolutely right. It's not going to be fun. I'm not looking forward to that at all. At all. Okay, let's talk about the recall, guys. There's a lot of recalls out there right now. Sorry, my voice is just not doing well today. I do apologize. I keep having to grab a glass of water. So my brand new 2025 Winnebago Echo has a recall because they did not put the correct wiring / fuse situation for the solar panels to charge. So right now what they've told us to do is just pull out the fuse. It's just a little, breaker fuse, 30 amp fuse. So it's not charging. So I can't use my solar panels. I'm not really happy about this. I'm really a bit miffed because I'm in it and I'm traveling and I really need my solar to charge my batteries while I'm boondocking. Yay me. But I do have other things, so which is nice. So, like I said, I have the propane generator and other things like that. But it's just a trickle charge, but still every little bit helps. They've let us know. Emails have gone out. Letters are going to be going out in September, but they don't think they're going to have a real fix for it till November. And a lot of people don't know about it yet because, like I said, they were going to be sending out things, I think, in September. And so we heard about it on some of the forums and some of our Facebook groups and things like that. And there have been some fires and thermal events that's why they're telling people to pull them out. So until we find out and get this really safe, it's worth to pull them out. There are some other RV recalls out in the market right now. I do recommend you guys go on the website and just type in RV recall and put in your rig to double check that. I was trying to pull some up tonight. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the slide done in time. I do apologize. But there are things happening right now all over, and every single brand has something going on at some point in time. We used to think that a lot of this was based upon what we call COVID craftsmanship. A lot of things built during COVID, there's a lot of recalls and whatnot. It's a little different now. These are some interesting, more engineering things that they're trying. And it seems like that's, tires, electrical, things like that. So just be aware. I do know that Grand Design, everyone's talked about, the flex frames and issues that they're having with that. They're working really, really hard to work on that. So that's been another big issue with recalls. So if you guys know any recalls or any other things that we need to talk about for that, please let me know in the chat. And we will get those up next time and make sure we get them up to see what's going on. I read the recall notice you posted. It sounds like a wire sizing issue to me. It does. It really does too. They didn't size it correctly. There's a lot of energy coming from those things, a lot more than they thought. And yeah, they just need to redo it. I'm gonna hold off until they get a fix and then go from there. Yeah. What else can I do? I love that. So anyways, so that's what's been going on with me. I'm so excited to see what's been going on with y'all as well. That's always fun. And we're going to go back to having all our guest stars that we get to interview. We'll be doing that again October, November, December, and a little bit into January. So we'll have a new guest every single week. Very excited about that. And as always, this is a live show that we always turn into a podcast after the fact. But we want to make sure that we're hitting all the hot topics for you as well. So if there are topics that you would like to learn about or people that you think would be interesting for me to interview, please let me know, because we're making our list right now and we have a few open spots in the fall, and we'll be bringing in more channels, more other content creators, as well as products and tips and different things. Like we're going to talk about RV airflow. That's pretty cool. I've learned all about RV airflow. We're going to talk about healthy interiors. We'll talk about things that are, like the formaldehyde and the off-gassing. How do we keep ourselves safe inside for those people who are very sensitive to the smells and have a lot of allergy issues? We're going to talk about water and what kind of water do we really want? Do we want to have our water purified as soon as we pull it out of the tap, or are we okay with drinking bottled water? And if we do bottled water, what's the best kind? So a lot of these things, when you go on trips, you're like, I'm on vacation, I don't care, I'm just going to go grab it. And some people take longer trips. So for some of you guys that are doing longer trips, we're going to try to hit all those things to give you the best possible information out there in the market. Did I just get are you getting me coffee? It's coffee time. It's coffee time. Coffee, coffee, coffee. All right. Thanks for the shout out. Oh my gosh, you guys are so awesome. But you know who I'm going to get coffee to? We're going to give it to Rosie because she's really tired and she could use a little treat. She needs a little treat. Bless her heart. She's so cute. Thank you so much for that super chat. I love that. Mobang says, CG, I just got PTSD when you said recall. I'm so sorry. It's not a good thing. Not a good thing, I know. What website is for recalls? So you can go to the National Highway Safety. I'll put a link in, or if you guys can Google it for me. I really have a tickle today in my throat. This is something else today, guys. Sorry. Uh-oh, coffee. That's right. Did someone say coffee time? It's coffee time. Coffee time. Time to do the coffee. Mo coffee, mo coffee, mo coffee. That's the way to do it there, buddy. Mo coffee. Coffee and dancing pandas. I think that goes hand in hand, don't you? I think that's perfect. I love that. There we go. Thank you, Broken Nomad. There's the National Highway Safety government recall link. It's really handy. And go in there, put in your VIN and or your make and model of your vehicle, and it'll tell you exactly what's going on. I love this idea. Coffee flavored dog bones. I'm telling you, it's a thing. She's a treat. Rosie loves everything. She's awesome. Okay, Johnny says, I have a Blue Tech filter for all my water that goes in my tank. That way I know it's clean and drinkable. We're going to start talking about water. Everything from clean tanks, which is important, not just your black tank, but your gray tank. There's a lot of things that happen down there as far as mold and mildew that comes out of there. It's important to keep your tanks clean, guys. No matter what you do, whether you're drinking out of or not, we got to do that once a year at least. At least. And I'm dealing with a cassette toilet now, so totally different situation. A lot of people are terrified of cassette toilets. And it's a dance. We're learning all about how to use it, when to empty it, where to go. Some places I won't let you empty it in their restrooms. I understand. I get it. It's a little different. A little different on how to do that. So I just want to say thank you guys for being here tonight. This has been awesome. I'm so excited to be back on Travel Talk Tuesdays. We're going to do some lives at the RVing Women National Rally. We're going to do some lives at Hershey as well. So if you follow me, I will say that most of my lives are going to be on Instagram and TikTok. Because I've got my Instagram glasses that I can walk around and have a live on, which is a lot of fun. But please feel free to follow me on all the socials, and we'll get all the stuff out there. And if you guys have any thoughts on topics for RV Travel Talk for the fall, let me know. We'll get those out there. But everyone have a fantastic week. I believe Johnny's Journey is going to be going live shortly. So we'll go over there and check out Johnny's Journey with Midwest Van Builders. If you're looking to build a van these days and you're looking for someone who can make your dream come reality and be with the #1 van builder who she won. Bev's van has been winning #1 awards all over the place, and Johnny built that. So if you want really interesting builds, she can do it, which is really cool. So anyways, have a great week. We will see some of you guys in Hershey. And just remember, every day's an adventure.